had to make that one loud and impressive. Welcome, everybody, to Rotary. I am your president, Jane Klingman Scott, and that's the last time you'll hear that. Today's program is Passing of the Gavel. We are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a reflection from Emily Morgenstern. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All year I have been giving you lessons in literacy. Now today, I think we ought to honor the people who produce those things I'm urging you to read. And this is from Dorothy Parker, who has advice for all of the writers. If you have any young friends who aspire to become writers, the second greatest favor you can give them is to present them with copies of the Elements of Style. The first greatest, of course, is to shoot them now while they're still happy.
Somebody had made these and donated them to that, I told you, that little thrift store. Look at this.
All right, so I think Kathy Moore had the briefest reflection last week, so it won't be as brief as Kathy, but it won't be as long as Eric.
So I was happy.
All right, so last week we celebrated summer solstice, and I celebrated it by doing yoga on the ship by Root Down on LST. And obviously with the change of the season, it's a new beginning, and just like today, we have a new beginning with Ginny coming in as president. So if you've ever done yoga before, you want to set intentions before you do it. But we actually set intentions for the next season. So I'll tell you my 3 words that I thought of that I want to focus on for the rest of the year. And they are gratitude, to be grateful for everything that I have, present, to be here and in the moment, and radiant, to, you know, let all the light that comes in on me, but then shine it on to others. So I just encourage you for the rest of the year to find a word or 3 of them and focus on them and live by them.
And I don't think there's anyone here who can argue that Emily is not radiant. Please enjoy your lunch. We will reconvene in about 10 minutes. We now have the distinct honor of welcoming our guest. So I see a number of people have guests to present. If you would come up to the front, we would love to meet who you brung.
Good morning, Rotary. I'm Kendra Robinson, and today I have with me one of my best friends. It's my husband, Tiangelo Robinson. He's always wondering where I'm running to at noon on a Thursday, so I told him I'll bring him along. We shared 3 children together. He worked at Gerber in Fremont for about 20 years, and just recently, last year, he started his own Kid Barbecue catering business. You might see him around town in a big trailer. So welcome, Tiangelo.
Hi, I'm Kate Castellute Scarborough. I'd like to introduce my friend, Ruby Chase. Please come and talk with her afterwards. Ruby is looking to make some new commitments in Muskegon and would love to talk with you.
These lines right here. Hi, I'm John Selman, and I'd like to introduce my guest. He's been a guest here before, but we're going to all the way over. Okay, I'm in the scene. All right, there I am. I see myself. Okay. Any rate, Ken James is our Chief Diversity Officer at Muskegon Community College, and we're going to sign on for a corporate membership, and so he's in transition to becoming a member, so hopefully.
And now we are going to move on to the program, which is the transferring of the gavel. I've been asked over the last 2-3 weeks, probably 3 or 4 times a day, how does it feel? Are you getting anxious to retire? What are you going to do with all of your time? And I go, Number one, this has been a wonderful year. And I'm anxious to retire in that we have such a wonderful succession plan that I'm anxious for the next year to begin under Ginny's leadership. This year has been busy. It has been exciting. It has actually been growth, but it has not been a hardship. And I think the reason for that is all of the team that is around us. Kim, holy cow, couldn't do this job without Kim. Not only efficient and dependable, but so much fun to work with. Ginny, I think every week we have conflabbed on something, and it's just such a wealth of knowledge and experience that you're going to have as your president this next year. It is amazing. The board, you couldn't have a better, a friendlier board, but a very insightful board and one that really accepts challenges and digs in and works on them. You can have a lot of faith in this board. I relied on them a lot. But most of all, what makes being in Rotary or the president of Rotary or in any part of Rotary is look at yourself. I mean, really. What better way to spend a Thursday noon? But all of the other things that go into being a Rotary member, this membership has excelled. And it was just a joy to walk in here every Thursday and see what new things are happening and just to greet all of these beautiful, friendly faces. So as I'm leaving the presidency, all I can say is thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's been a wonderful year, and I am truly looking forward to what's going to happen the next year. And with that in mind, let us greet our incoming president, Ginny Sprague.
Thank you. The applause is premature. Let's applaud Jane. You're still on mic.
I am still, this is still my podium. Ginny Sprague. You have been selected by the members of this Rotary Club to guide its affairs during the coming year. The Rotary Club of Muskegon has entrusted you with an important responsibility to help shape the club's future. Could you repeat after me?
Yes, ma'am.
I, Ginny Sprague, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Muskegon.
I, Jenny Sprague, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Muskegon,
And that I will do, to the best of my ability, give support and assistance to the district government of Rotary International, and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
that I will, to the best of my ability, give support and assistance to the district governor and Rotary International, and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
And with that, your Rotary pin,
Okay, thank you.
and now you can wear it on both sides.
Oh, yes, there you go.
There you go.
We're going to abstain from the awkward pin function. Thank you. Don't go anywhere.
I have to obey her now.
Yeah, there you go, yes. So, As we transfer gavels, we also transfer some pins. So Jane, you now receive a past president's pin. Wear it proudly when you're seated at the back of the room along with everybody else. And you have a new badge signifying your new office as everybody tells me is the best office in Rotary, past president. And we have some more for you, a little thank you gift on behalf of the membership and the board of directors. Here, you want to put that down? Sure. I'm going to give you this in two pieces here. Oh, we should probably move to the microphone so Mike doesn't yell at us. Oh, yes. Okay, we have a gift for you. I can hold your card. You can read that at your leisure. And I tried not to, put too much tape on there. My family always yells at me that it's impossible to break into a gift that I've wrapped.
I know how to do this.
Yes, rip it. Yeah, there you go. And I can take that, so you can.
It's heavy. I don't want to drop it.
It's not as heavy as the one you gave Jason, so.
Well,
But I have something heavier there.
He's a big
so-
guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Thanks.
Oh.
That was the box.
It's a little fanfare.
Wow. Oh, this is gorgeous.
So as everybody was asking you what you're going to do with your time, here is a clock. And if you'll read, there's a little quote there in recognition of your year of literacy. So why don't you read it to us? Don't trip on the box.
No. From W.H. Auden. This is really true. All time spent reading is time well spent. This is going up in my living room. Oh, that is beautiful.
Very
Okay.
carefully. There we go.
And
And here's the
more.
heavy one.
Oh, my goodness.
We wanted to give you something to start off your year of reading.
Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, can you believe this? The collected poems of T.S. Eliot. Oh my goodness. Oh, and a folio anthology of poetry. Okay, I'm sitting in that chair looking at my clock, and don't do me for the next 6.
I knew what you liked.
Oh, you sure did. Oh, that's lovely.
And Mary Ann helped too, so. Got to give credit. So. Okay, President Jane, we will let you go. Don't open your books just yet, sort of be, remember, Emily told us to be present, so. But you may have it, so. But at this point, we are going to induct our officers and directors for the club for the coming year. And of course, I left my list at home, so I'm going to, help me if I mess up. So I'd like to ask you to come forward. Our president-elect is Tim Arter, if you could come up. Our president nominee, Dave Alexander. Our club secretary, Don Hutchins. Christy Nagengest, our club treasurer. And then at the same time, our members of our board of directors. Okay, this is where I'm going to mess up because I don't have my list. That was not cool. Okay, Roger Morgenstern. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate the assistance. Marty Seitzema. Aslan Scott, Marty and Aslan, Dave Ramos, and help me here, I'm forgetting somebody. Jason, well, I'll get to Jason in just a second, but thank you for that. Dave, Aaron Mikey is not here, and Jason Piasecki is leaving us as past president. You are now past president, so, and we'll keep adding pasts as we move along. So if I missed another director, and I apologize, the list is at home on my kitchen table. Not cool. Okay, one of our members of our Board of Directors, Marty Gerencer, had to step away from the board because of demands of her occupation. She's got this huge grant that she's supervising, but she thanks us for her time here, and she will be rejoining us when life is a little less hectic. So, officers and directors, if you could repeat after me. Let's see. The Rotary Club of Muskegon members have elected you to important positions in the club administration. Your election to office indicates your fellow Rotarians' esteem and confidence in all of you. They also believe you will uphold the high traditions of this club and that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of our club's interests and carry forward the object of Rotary. So, will you fulfill the responsibilities of your office to the best of your ability and by following the Constitution and bylaws of the Rotary Club of Muskegon? Please respond by saying, we will. Yeah. All those were good answers. Thank you. I hereby declare the new officers and directors installed. Congratulations and thank you for serving the Rotary Club of Muskegon. And Jason is with us because we are saying goodbye to you at board meetings. We're going to miss you, Jason. It's been a lot of years together. So, but as I said, you get that pass, so don't be a stranger. You can always come. So thank you so much for all your service, everyone. Okay. So moving along in the agenda, there is some more here that Mike's going to start us out with. It sort of seems a little self-serving, but our member spotlight is a piece that Mike recorded back in the winter months of March, and it's sort of an introduction to more about me than you ever wanted to know. So. Well, I was actually born in the UP in a little town that doesn't exist anymore. It was called Stambo, Michigan. And but while I was growing up, my family moved 8 times before I got out of high school. And so I spent a lot of time in different places and did most of my growing up in Virginia, which even though my husband, Rem, says I'm a Youper, I said only by birth, not by growth. I learned later in life that it helped me adapt. I mean, you have to start over, make new friends, make new plans, and so it actually worked well for me, even though I didn't much like it when I was growing up, but it did serve me well. When I graduated from high school in Florida, I was living in Florida at the time, I went to the University of Michigan. Can I get a Go Blue from everybody? And then I graduated, and I have a degree in history and classical archaeology, which, as my father said, what does that do for you? So, but that's where I met my husband, Rem, fellow Rotarian, and we got married, and he started medical school. I worked in an insurance company for Hartford Insurance and a smaller one in Bloomington when we were there. And then we moved to Ann Arbor, back to Ann Arbor for his residency, and then we moved to Muskegon, Michigan in 1981. And I was excited that I was going to be in a place that I could be for a long time, and I've enjoyed that too. Rem and I are the proud parents of 4 children. We have 3 sons, 1 daughter, and then we also have 6 grandchildren. We have 5 boys and 1 girl, and they're the joy of our lives now, and we travel a lot to see them and stay as close as we can because everybody's spread out. Nobody's right here. I was very involved with raising 4 children, as you would guess, and I tried to stay involved and help them with all their various activities, which actually was my introduction to theater. They all did school musicals, and I worked on that for about 10 10 years, something like that, doing production roles, handling the finances and all that kind of stuff that goes along with that. Obviously, the financial side, management type side are skills that I hope to use as I, responsible for running board meetings and conducting the business meetings each week. It taught me skills to be working with a wide variety of people, especially people that are volunteers. It is a different dynamic and actually a great source of pleasure to be collaborative and help people do their best, and we all work together to serve a common purpose. My first introduction to Rotary was actually through Rem, who's been a member much longer than I have, and I was always impressed with what I saw and what they did. And then when I became managing director at Muskegon Civic Theater, I had the opportunity to become a Rotarian myself. That was back in 2005. Dick Morgenstern was my sponsor, and he wanted me to get the benefit of Rotary collaborations, meeting people that can help and that we can help. And that has served me well through the years, engaging, learn about all the businesses and nonprofits in our area, all that they bring to our Rotary Club, lots of different areas of focus and concerns, but we all work together for a common purpose to make our community a better place. I do think that, obviously, this was before I joined, but it used to be, it was business leaders, exclusively men, till, I guess, about mid-'80s maybe. And then I think as the club evolved, starting with a few women, we've really embraced the idea of the diversity, that we need voices from the entire community. So, in terms of different groups in our community, besides gender, there's a lot of diversity now in our club, and we continue to work on that. And I think that, we realize that to help make our community better, unless all voices can have input in seeking solutions, we don't arrive at the best possible solution that we can without that input, seeking to be informed by other voices than our own. One of the worldwide focuses that almost every Rotarian is aware of is our work on eradicating polio. And we're almost there. As we keep saying, we're this close, and it gets a little closer. But, it's not completely gone, but we're really, really close and working on it. But that effort started back in, I think it was 1986. And I was reminded of a quote that Rem and I explored recently for another group, which is a quote from St. Francis of Assisi that says, if I could take a read so I don't mess it up, start by doing what is necessary, then what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. And I sort of, that really speaks to Rotary for me, how they approach a problem and how we do in our own communities through collaboration and working together to solve a problem. And so I really want to continue to do that and help others think locally, but think bigger too. And that's my goal. As I started thinking about this, because I know every president has their theme and the areas of focus they want to share with the club, and so I started thinking, what do I want to do? And as I've been the Rotary Foundation chair for several years now, I've learned about how much more there is to Rotary than just our own local club. Our own local club is just a wonderful introduction to how we can all learn to serve our community. But by being a Rotarian, we're part of a worldwide community. And the Rotary Foundation seeks to have us realize how big our reach can be by working together for these problems. So they have 7 areas of focus that they concentrate on, and and throughout the Rotary year, different areas of that focus are explored in a little bit more depth. So my thought, because we have so many new members, and even, members that have been here for a while but might not still know that much about the foundation, that I could use my presidency to take those monthly themes and focus on a specific area of service that Rotary does in the world, doing good in the world. And so I think that can help us recognize what we do in our own community in this area and what we could do with a broader reach by going worldwide. So that's my hope, and that's what I'm going to be working on and what I'd like to share with the club. The applause. So part of this is a little bit of exploration, short time I will give to this, of sort of my goals for the year. And I do have some slides prepared, and so we will go briefly. Thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to serve as your president for the coming year. As I see our new members and those of you who have long served Rotary, the many community, business, education, and nonprofit leaders gathered here, I know I am fortunate to be a part of such a vibrant community service organization. All of you exemplify the Rotary motto of service above self. It is my privilege to work with all of you as we are serving our community to foster belonging, well-being, and economic stability. There you go, Jane. Okay, first slide. There we go, and we're off. As I've thought about how to serve Muskegon Rotary best during my term, I have set 5 goals with the guidance of Rotary International that has you post these to help our club grow, engage our members, and deliver service to our community and our district and broaden our global outreach. So let me briefly summarize these. Oops, sorry, I had forgotten I had advanced already. As members of Rotary Club of Muskegon, as I mentioned in the video, we are part of a much larger organization. Muskegon Rotary is a member of District 6290. This is a slide showing us at our recent district conference. And we are well represented at the district level by Brianna Scott, our district governor-elect. Brianna, could you stand and so we can, thank you. Oops, sorry. There you are. You're back where I can't see you because of the backlighting, so sorry. And one of our members is the Chief Administrative Officer of our district, Kathy Hagedis. Brianna and Kathy in absentia, please we want to applaud and appreciate you for your service to our district and our club through the district. The next slide shows the newly, like last night, installed District Governor Jeff Coyle. He's a member of the Rotary Club of Fremont. He will be a guest here at our club on July 20th. And as our neighbor, we are going to help him with his year, and he will help us with ours. This, and then Rotary, Muskegon Rotary is included in Rotary Zone 28. This is the zone director, and Drew Kessler, who has 1 more year of service, and he will be succeeded by Christine Etienne. Many of you know Christine. She's a former district governor and has been very active in the district for many years. Moving farther up the Rotary organizational chart, Rotary structure has 3 key elements. There's over 46,000 clubs worldwide. There's Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation. These 3 parts of Rotary work together to implement the Rotary vision. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. So the first goal is on membership and engagement. I know our membership committee, under the wonderful leadership, Mary Ann Gorman, Doug Wood, many others. I'm not going to mention everybody because I will forget somebody. But you already are off and running with plans to work on member retention, a very important part of this, and membership recruitment by welcoming new members. We currently, as of the last board meeting, have 241 members. But one of the goals from Rotary is to do a net increase of 2 members during the coming year, so that we would end up with 243. But I figured, let's do 244, so I put in 3. And we want to continue to engage you all through social activities, service projects, networking, and all that. And we hope to connect you more with the district, especially with Brianna's incoming year and her next year following as district governor. So we hope to increase our participation in those activities, the conference attendance and training. Our next area of focus is community outreach. Again, we're already at work on this. Our Public Relations Committee had a meeting just a month ago, and they're heavily invested in increasing our vision, visibility in the community through the website, social media, and opportunities to tell our story to our community. And we hope that we can better do that so people are aware of all the good that you're doing for the community and in the world. That includes DEI functions and like the community party we just had, and the Peace Builders Committee too. The next area is our young leaders. You know, as much as good is being done by this club in this area, it's hard to believe that we can improve, but I have every confidence in the wonderful leadership that we have for this. John Noling and Christy Pollock and Randy Lindquist, and I'm blanking now, his co-chair. I should have written down names, sorry. Anyway, they're doing wonderful work with our young people. The Life Leadership Council just happened, and we'll be hearing more about that. So I know we can continue to improve, and just because of the great work being done by all the members that are so invested in helping our young people be better citizens and grow. So thank you for that. Next, service projects. We do a lot of hands-on service work in this club, but one of the fellow attendees at PETS, which is President-elect Training, mentioned that her club committed to 4 projects, 1 each quarter, and these have to be hands-on projects. And I thought, you know, we can do that. So that's an area I'd like to see us work on and have projects that we can point to with pride and give people a chance to participate. Then my big effort here, the Rotary Foundation. Again, at PETS, we had a discussion, and somebody who was actually new to anything about Rotary, who was going to be a friend, so said, well, what is the Rotary Foundation for? And the leader and I at the same time said, the Rotary Foundation is really why we're here. It is to help the better communities, the world. It's all about service and outreach. So as I said, we'll be focusing more on that. I have a goal to increase our donations to the Rotary Foundation with the help of all of you. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. So that we can do more good in the world by contributing financially to the foundation, which has had a 100% rating forever for you know, how much is actually put into service as opposed to overhead. So your money is well spent when you donate to the Rotary Foundation. And here is your chance to meet the new president of Rotary International. This is Gordon McAnally, a proud Scotsman. And his theme, we always have a theme each year, and his is Create Hope in the World. We are going to have a new podium banner, which is always hard to see because we have a lot of stuff up here, but missed some tape. Anyway, that's the theme, and it will be displayed at our club for the coming year. And his focus especially is on mental health. And he's a delightful man, and I hope we'll be able to hear more from him during the coming year. I think you will enjoy it. And, whoops, almost lost it there. And then, this is the wrap-up of my remarks. I ask that you stay tuned for more to come as we work together to implement the Muskegon Rotary Club's vision of serving our community to foster belonging, well-being, and economic stability, and join Rotary International's President McAnally to create hope in the world. Thank you. I appreciate that. And the stay tuned is we're going to be changing up a few things. Not big, don't get worried, but certain things will proceed a little differently, but more about that to come. Okay, so we're going to move on into our agenda. Next up is our birthdays. There are 2 birthdays besides our country's birthday on July 4th. Susan Besteman is July 1st. And Stephanie Cathy is July 2nd. And one more time, Jane's going to start us out because she can keep us on key. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Jane. I would have led you just over the cliff. So I appreciate the assistance. Okay, so moving on. We have no inductions today, and we have no Paul Harrises this week. I didn't have any announcements submitted, but if you do have an announcement, you're welcome to come up. But I would like to thank the Seaway Run volunteers and participants. It looked to be a very successful event, and we'll, of course, hear more about that later. Wanted to remind you that the Rewind Club is not meeting on July 6th. They're going to take an extended holiday. And then next week's program will be the Muskegon Grants Committee History presented by Mark Myers and Nancy Crandall. And next we will do the raffle. So I didn't forget the raffle, but keep reminding me because everybody seems to. So Steve Tomczak is looking for a good person to draw the first ticket.
It's going to be you.
Me? Okay. What if I win?
It's your day.
Okay.
Buy a ticket?
I did.
Then you're going to win. Watch.
I actually grabbed an extra. Christy's got to give you $2 for me. So,
$40 goes to.
okay, 063. That's you. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Can you believe it?
No, the fix is in. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'll have to donate this to the Caring
Can you
Connection.
do another one?
I better not. Have Tim do it, or Kim. Are you kidding? That's so weird.
I have that. Magnificent.
132.
132. Somebody verify that there are other tickets in the bucket.
$5.
125.
125. Yay! Oh, redeemed. Thank you, Brandon. Okay, that is a weird note to start. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's the last raffle tickets we buy for a year. Okay, I hope you all will have a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. And we will rise and close with the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Go create hope in the world. We are adjourned.